Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name's Andrew and you're watching the Kelley's Country Life. So today we're going to be doing another review day on a product that I have been back and forth on, to be perfectly honest with you. So a little quick story. I had a company reach out to me. Companies reach out to me all the time. 99% of the products I turn down because if I don't think they fit our channel, lifestyle, or yours, we don't show them on here. It's just that simple. So Ortur reached out to me about a laser engraver. So it's a cutter and an engraver, does quite a few different things. And I'll be honest, when they first reached out, I said, no, I'm not interested. It's just not something I think that fits the channel. So I got to thinking about it for a little bit. Does this actually fit the channel? A lot of y'all have heard that as we're building our pole barn house on the channel, I plan on doing custom built decorations and furniture down the road myself. That's just, I'm building the house myself. I want to do some of the finishing touches too. We have a lot of ideas in mind. And I got to thinking, could a laser engraver or cutter really help me out? Then ideas started really running through my head. I said, absolutely it can. I can already think of a ton of things that this would make awesome kind of knickknacks, decorations, and again, our own personal touches in the house. Plus, have some ideas of things that I would like to do as kind of souvenirs or mementos for the channel, a house build, things like that y'all may be interested in. So I reached back out to the company after a while and said, yes, actually, I think I would be interested in trying this out and doing a review on it. So that's what today's video is about. We are going to actually put together and run the first laser engraver I've ever touched in my life. So I want to go ahead and tell y'all at the beginning right here, I have zero, and I mean absolutely zero experience with laser engravers, the software that runs these things, anything. So I'm not going to give you a bunch of high-end specs or have anything to compare this to. You're looking at this just like a lot of you are, an absolute novice to this, never touched one. So I'm going to give you honest feedback on how easy this is to use and the kind of things that you can make with it. I'm really excited. I've got a couple cool ideas in mind. So this video is going to be more about me actually using this, making a few things, than it is, again, going over all the specs and stuff that honestly, I don't know much about. So I'm not going to bore you with a long unboxing. Y'all know I don't like to do that. I'll probably put it in fast forward real quick. Take some of the stuff out of the box here, try to figure out how to assemble this thing, put it together, and then we're going to make some stuff. That's what we really want to see, right? That's a good review. Let's test and use this thing. Thanks for watching. So all right, as y'all just seen, I put this thing together, and I'm gonna be the first to admit, the manual leaves a lot to be desired. I'm not extremely impressed with the manual. However, I will say, I found an online video tutorial, which I'll put a link down in the description in case you get one of these, made a world of difference on assembly for this. I am much more of a visual person. Like I said, the manual is very basic. Pictures are kind of hard to see. So I wasn't too happy about that, but the YouTube video made all the difference in the world. So I actually had to take this back apart. It took me about an hour to put it together the first time, and I realized I had some things not correct because, again, I couldn't quite make it out in the pictures. Found the online video and literally tore it completely apart, put it back together in 15 minutes with that video. That made the difference right there. So you've got two different options that I can see for software for this. So there's a free program, if I remember correctly, I think it's called Laser GRBL, that you can use this. Already tried it, done downloaded it. It looks very, very basic. You can import some photos, but I don't even see how you can design anything in it. Like I said, it's relatively basic, but it's free. Now there's another program out there that everybody seems to be using with the videos that I've watched on all different kinds of laser cutters and engravers, and that is Lightburn. I have downloaded it, I have messed with it the last day or so, and I'll be the first to admit, I'm not much of a computer guy. I don't know the specs on all this stuff, so it took me a little while to figure that out. Found some awesome YouTube videos on that, played with this for about a full day. Now I can literally come out here, and as soon as I get the program open and this powered on, I can design something really quick and be cutting in honestly 2 minutes. Now I feel like I've been using it forever after just a day of playing with it. So the first day, yeah, there was a learning curve there without a doubt. Now, no problem at all. I'll be sure to include those videos as well. So what is this? This is the Ortur Laser 2 Pro. So it's my understanding this is an upgraded model from the Laser 2 that they used to have. There's a little bit more features here now. It's a more powerful laser. It's 20 watts and comes with like a chain link for the cables, things like that. So it has definitely been upgraded from the previous model. Now there is one other little thing I wish I could see differently on this. This communication cable right here that goes to the laser, I've kind of had it zip tied up on a bolt here to keep it from dragging my project work. They've got a really nice chain link right here for these cables. Everything is nice and smooth. I just would like to see this cable right here to where it's not grabbing onto your work. Thus far, that's about my only gripe right there, if that is even much of one. A quick zip tie and putting a bolt in up there, I can keep it suspended above the work now. Now I will say, for me, having zero experience with this, not even knowing all the specs, again, we're gonna do projects in this video. I am an absolute beginner. The first day, like I said, the learning curve. Now, it's like I've been using one forever, it feels like. And Lightburn is an amazing software. You get a 30-day free trial, which I'm on right now. I think it's $40 after the fact. It's absolutely worth it. I am shocked at how quick I can use this program now and run this machine. And speaking of that, like I say, we don't really do big unboxings on this video. Let's run this thing. There's a couple cool projects in here that I want to show you. One very cool project that we're going to go ahead and build in this video to show you why I want something like this for the shop and for our house that we're finishing up. All right, so excuse my very messy shop bench. It's the first thing I could clear out and have a nice flat surface for this. I'm not going to give you no Lightburn tutorial here, but we're going to drag in. Let's just do our channel logo. It's quite detailed, and I am amazed at how detailed this can get right here. For the price, I'm blown away, but I don't know much about these, but I thought it would not be as detailed as it is. So it was just that simple. I clicked and dragged a transparent image in. This is of our channel logo, and I'm going to size it down here. So I've already uploaded the laser specs all in here. As you can see, this is the actual bed of the laser. It's 15 3/4 inches by 15 3/4. So I'm just going to shrink this down. I'm not even doing this correctly, no doubt. I could punch in some numbers. I'm still learning here. But let's make this really small to fit on wood business cards, believe it or not. So the kit comes with a few pieces to practice on. I've got some stuff around the shop I want to practice on as well. But these are basically thin wood business cards. Keep in mind, this thing will etch and cut wood, leather, some stainless, acrylics, lots of different things that it can work on. Now, it won't cut everything, but it'll engrave on a lot of that stuff. Thin pieces of wood like this, I could actually cut the letters out, or I can engrave it, or I can shade it. That's a really cool thing about a logo like this. I can take this right here and put it right on these cards. I can put numbers, anything I want this to say, and have a really cool business card or a gift card for a gift bag. Lots of different ideas right here. All right, so now I have my project nice and centered up by the eye. I didn't get it absolutely perfect. I could spend a little more time on it. And I'm gonna adjust some rough settings. I'm still learning all this, but I have noticed the faster you run this, the more of a brown color you can get. The slower you go, the more of the burnt black color you get. So you can actually make shaded images with this, which I thought was kind of cool. But let me show you how quick this works right here on a card like this, doing a full photo across the entire front of it. Now obviously this is a laser and something you don't want to look at. They've got this nice fold down shroud. That was something not on the original model. It also comes with some glasses that you need to wear as well if you're going to be looking at what you're cutting. These lasers are extremely bright. All right, and we're off. How cool is that? Here's the tree, here's the image I drug in, not having a clue what I'm doing, and I've made an awesome business card. I can put letters in there, phone number. I could probably even burn in a QR code. I'd have to see if it'll scan, but that's an idea. It's textured, it feels awesome, and look, it's actually brown. You can change the color based on the power of the laser, how long it stays on it. So I thought that was so neat. You can do portraits, anything you want. Speaking of numbers, let me show you how quick that is. I'm just going to flip this over. I'm not concerned about getting this centered at all. And let's see how quick we could put some numbers in this. Now watch how quick I can burn a telephone number into this. And just like that, we have a telephone number, and it'll go much smaller and very detailed. I think that's pretty neat. Anybody recognize the number? Okay, so some of y'all might be thinking, okay, that's neat, but how does that fit in this channel and what we do? Well, I'm going to show you something else. We've got 2 more projects we're going to do and then wrap this up, and then I'll be using it a lot in the future on the channel. But let me show you something that I've been doing at a viewer's request, by the way. So if you're new to the channel, I'm actually out here building us a pole barn house. It's been a very popular series on the channel, and a lot of people have gotten involved with input and just being a part of the build. So this is something I've been working on by myself. It's a heck of a project to tackle. So actually I've had a couple of viewers say, hey, why don't you save up your scrap wood, and at the end of this you can kind of put it up and we can purchase it as a donation to help support the channel, help support the build, everything else. I was like, well, that's a really good idea. It was definitely a viewer's idea now. So I've actually been saving a pile of scrap wood. Some people have been such a huge part of this project, I think they would love to actually own a piece of the house, so to speak. So I've been saving some nice blocks of wood like this. I could router the edges, make it look good, and guess what? Now we can engrave and burn in it instead of just, all right, here's a piece of wood. Let's make this thing look good. This will be a nice desk decoration, you know, one of the blocks on the desk, like a name tag. So let's see how well it'll burn into a piece of southern pine. All right, now let's try this block of wood. And one thing I forgot to mention that I didn't show, you have to set the height of this laser right here, and it comes with a device to do that. It's critical that you get it the perfect height because it's a focused laser beam. All right, so it just comes with some little adjustment knobs on the side. We'll get it over the piece of wood. Put this underneath, set the laser down on it to set our correct height. You pull this little spacer out, store it away, and now you're the proper working height above your piece. All right, and just that quick, with me not having a clue what I'm doing, we have got the Kelley's Country Life logo burnt right in there. And again, I can change settings to burn deeper, make that darker, do whatever I want. We can put the thank you on the bottom. We can even make a signature, upload that image, and then burn our signature into the back, which is something we probably will do. So I think that's pretty cool. So now you have a logoed piece that actually the rest of this wood was used to build our home. Kind of neat. By the way, I did want to mention, I'm in here burning wood on a wood table. Some people may be concerned about flames and fire. This also has a flame alarm with a little sensor underneath. So should a flame up happen, it'll shut it down. And it has an emergency stop button as well. All right, so there is a couple of cool projects right there, but I know what you're thinking. Okay, that's cool and all, but that's not my style. That doesn't fit the shop. What else do you have up your sleeve? Otherwise, this could be a little boring to some of y'all. This thing will probably do more than I could even comprehend right now, but there is a very special project that I have been thinking and dreaming about doing for quite a long time, actually, before I even knew about this machine. And this is actually the answer to what I need to accomplish some of the detailed things that we want to do inside of the house. Again, we want to make some of that furniture. We want to make some of our decorations. So I have been saving this saw blade. A lot of y'all might remember that. This saw blade did the majority of the framing of the house. So I've been saving it to make a very special product because this blade actually means something to me. Again, it helped frame that house. So what if we clean this blade up, actually etched some numbers into it, a logo, and made this into a clock? Now we're talking. Now we're getting into more creative projects and the things that I want to use this for. This would be awesome to go up in my office. And I got to thinking, by the time I'm done with this house project, I'll probably have 3 to 4 blades that I will retire, from circular saw blades to, you know, the bigger cutoff blades right here. So maybe I can make a really cool memento and put those up as something that somebody may want to support the channel. So lots of little projects like that, things that we can hang around the house, things that we can put up in the shop. So I have never ever done this before. Let's see. Let's see if we can turn this into a functioning clock. Okay, that's close enough to the finish I'm looking for. Now this is what we will reveal once we burn the paint back. So let's go ahead and get this a coat of paint. We'll come back in a little while and start trying to make our clock. All right, so I have my clock layers designed right here. I went ahead and centered up the saw blade. I let this dry overnight. And I'm still, again, guessing and playing with the speeds. I'm going to go a little slower, although I'm going to let it run kind of fast. I think it should remove the paint nice and easy. And the beautiful thing about this is, if it messes up, I can always paint this again and start over. So let's see how good that we have it, see if we can make this clock. Just finished up, and I can already see some things I will try differently next time, but you get the general idea. So it's cut in, but something I realized I probably should have done, and I'm still learning this software, by the way. I see there's a feature in here called passes. So I only did one pass on this, and I did it really slow, and it looks like it didn't quite burn all the paint off. So what I should have done is probably set it up a little faster and did multiple passes. So that's not the fault of the machine or even the software. That's the fault of me not knowing that option was even there. I was kind of playing around a minute ago and seeing it. I think multiple passes would be perfect for layering off paint just like this. So that's something I'll learn and play with down the road, but you get the general idea. We can go over that many times. We won't make it look as good as we want to. I'm just not quite back down to the full shiny metal, but I think I know how to get there now. All right, so I bought this clock kit off of Amazon, and we're going to see if we can get this set up correctly. And since I did the clock black, I painted the hands white, but you can buy them in all different kinds of colors. All right, so the battery's in and the watch hands are moving, so I think y'all get the idea here. So what I think I'm gonna do here, this is just some old basic paint that I had in the shop. I didn't do a really good job. I'm gonna take this back apart, take the paint off with a wire brush. I can do that really quick and easy. I think I'm gonna get some of that hammered gray finish that looks industrial, and then go back and burn the numbers through, maybe use black hands. I think that'll look a whole lot better and should be relatively easy to do. Removing the paint is no big deal. I can change this design as many times as I want. But there is a lot of sentimental value to me in this blade. It helped build my house, so I think it's awesome that I'm able to save it, not throw it out, and now every time I look at it, I can remember building our house. All right, so long story short, I'm just scratching the surface on what the Ortur Laser Master Pro 2 can do and the Lightburn software. There looks like there's gonna be a sweet combo. My wife Tiffany even got really excited about this. She went out and bought wood picture frames that already have designs in it, and she wants me to burn sayings. We can give them as gifts. She wants to set one up for our little dog, things like that. So the possibilities are endless with a machine like this. Don't forget, not only does it engrave, but it will cut, especially thin, very thin materials. I still have a lot of learning and playing to do. You're going to see it on the channel more and more, especially once we get closer to getting the house done. I'm going to really design some furniture, little knickknacks, and decorations for inside the house. My mind's already racing on all the things that I think that I can use. Hopefully you enjoyed the review day. We try to do these once a week and show off products like this that we think will be a help around the channel and kind of introduce you and myself to things that we've never seen or used before. A big thanks to Ortur for sending this out. Link will be down in the description if you would like to go check this out. Thanks for watching.